Hey everybody, welcome to our channel. I'm Todd.
And I'm Jackie.
And today we'd like to show you how to rig a crab trap right after you purchase it, right after you get it. How to attach the bait box, the weights, the buoys, rope, and harness. When you first get your trap, it's going to be collapsed. If you buy these box type traps, these are the collapsible type traps. And when you purchase them, they're collapsed and flat. Almost like that. I didn't disconnect the weight and the bait box just because it's more trouble to put it back together. And then I can show you how we install that. Anyway, so when you get it, it'll be flat. You'll just pull these sides up like this, pull these sides up, and they just connect with these clips right here like that. You pull it up into place and there you go. Make sure they're snapped in tight. The ones that we got, I believe these are the Dungeness type, so they have a trap door on the top which makes it easy to get inside and pull the crab out, and you don't have to tear the sides down, which can be a problem. Pain in the butt. So we like the one with the lid. Inside, you can see right here, tip it up like that. We've installed a bait box. These bait boxes are real handy. You can just flip the door open, stick your bait in here, and close it back down. And that's what the crab go for right there. That's what they're coming after. On the bottom, on these traps, I've just used lead dive weights. Had them laying around. You can use any kind of weight. Some people use rebar. Some people will buy the Dungeness weights, and they're a long bar that goes across the bottom. You can tie wrap, zip tie, however you want to do it. These dive weights work really good. The reason that you need weight in your trap when you're out there crabbing is because the tides can get very strong. It'll pull your trap. It'll either pull it in or out depending on the tide. It'll also flip them over, and you want the trap to be stable on the bottom of the ocean. If it's moving around a lot during the currents, the crab tend to not want to crawl in. They like something that's still, steady, not moving, and weights in the bottom of your trap will help ensure that. These here, I've installed soft lead weight, and I don't know if you can see it very good, but there's a soft lead weight. You can get it at any tackle shop. It comes on a spool. There's different sizes. I think this is the 1/4 inch round. And basically it just wraps around anywhere you want on this door. And the reason for that is because when the current is strong, it'll tend to push these doors open like that. And if the current's holding that door open, crab are going in and eating your bait, and then they're walking right back out. So you want to ensure that that door stays shut during heavy current. That way your crab that go in there don't come back out. Or you're going to pull up your trap, it's going to have no bait and it's going to have no crab. So the next part of this, I'll spin it back around here. So after you've gotten your weight installed and your bait box, the next part is to install your rope and buoys. I like to use these harnesses. You can tie your own, but basically these come pre-made. You can get them at any bait shop. You can also order them on Amazon. I think that's where I ordered these from. And it's a O-ring or round ring, steel ring, stainless steel. And it's got stainless steel carabiners, or whatever you want to call the hooks, spring-loaded hooks. They go on each corner, so you just hold it up here, organize how you want them laid out, clip them on, one on each corner, And there you've got your harness. The next thing is your rope. And this is leaded rope. And I suggest you use a leaded rope. The nice thing about leaded rope is that you do not have to know how deep a water you're in. We crab anywhere from 15 feet to 30 feet of water. So we just put a 50-foot length of this rope on our traps. And whatever rope is not needed for depth, this rope will just sink. And it just sinks down and nobody can run over it and cut it with their propeller. Nothing worse than going back to the spot where you drop trap and your trap's gone and your buoys are gone. And that's because somebody cut this rope and your buoys floated away and this rope fell to the bottom and your trap is sitting on the bottom and you cannot retrieve it. So we got 50 foot of the leaded rope, and then we go to our buoy. Now, we learned a tough lesson. We used one buoy only with a loop on the end, and in heavy current, this will actually get pulled underwater. The current gets so strong that this thing starts getting sucked underwater and you can't see it. So you're driving back to the spot you dropped trap and you don't see your buoy any longer. So we added a trailer buoy, and the trailer buoy actually floats up above. So if your main buoy is getting sucked underwater, this trailer buoy is floating up above and you'll still be able to see it. We painted these bright green, and they're pretty easy to spot. So you can use whatever color you like. There's no standards for colors. It's just whatever catches your eye, whatever's your favorite colors. You want to make them your own. You paint them whatever you like. The other thing is here in Oregon, you have to have your name on the buoys and your phone number. And that was just a new rule, I think, last year. So make sure you put those on there. You don't want to get a fine for not having your phone number and your name on your buoys. The last thing is for baiting, we like to use these bags. And so what we typically do, we will fill the main bait box as full as we can. And then we like to fill this bag and tie it up. You can just tie a loop in it. Send it through itself if you'd like. Just like that. Tie a loop in it. Then you just clip it on the top of this and then close the door. And it just gives it a little bit of extra bait in there and keeps the crab interested. The thing with crab, they go by scent. They like meat or bait that is very oily and has a lot of scent. We use chicken a lot of times. Doesn't have much scent, but it is oily. We use the dark meat. We use legs and thighs. Save the breast for your dinner. The other thing we like to use a lot is shad. We, here in Oregon, once a year, one season during the year, they have shad run. And so you can go to the river, catch shad, and freeze it and use it, save it for your bait. And they really like shad. They also like any old fish that you may have in your freezer that has gotten freezer burnt and you're not going to cook it for your family. Save it for crab bait. Works great. And we've done that a couple times. So the bait is the most important part. I mean, you can throw these traps down, and if you don't have good bait in there, you're not getting crab. So the importance of bait is premium. And the extra amount of bait that you can put in there by like using this bag will keep them coming in. Once the bait's gone, they're not coming in anymore. You've got crab in there and the bait runs out, that's all the crab you're gonna get until you pull that trap and then reset it. So the main thing about these traps is they need a little care. You got to take care of them once in a while. They're not the most rugged traps out there, but they work very well. They're very, very portable, and they're very easy to use, carry, handle, store. The one thing that I do when I get them is I go ahead and get a package of these tie wraps, the 1/4-inch tie wraps, heavy duty. And what I always do with these traps once I get them is I put tie wraps on each side like this so they can't open up on me accidentally. Because the last thing you want to do is this thing pop open when it's on the bottom of the ocean. Of course it doesn't want to open now. Like that, fall open and your crab are gone. So after I assemble them, I go ahead and zip tie them on each corner, just like that, and then I cut them off. Just cut them off, roll that inside so you don't get scratched by it, and do that to all 4 corners. That way, none of this will come open. It's very sturdy, and it'll help you keep these traps operating for quite a few seasons. There's one trap here that I wanted to show you, and I see it right here, so I'll set this one down. Can you pick that one up, Jen?
Yeah.
Set that on top right there. So this is a trap that we've been using for quite a few seasons. And there's the corner right there. It's either landed on a big rock or something under the ocean, and it's broken right here. Broken 3 places, right? And the weld's broke. Why throw this trap away? We can still zip tie it, hold this over here tight. Crab don't care if it's broken. They're not getting out of there. And you can use this trap for several more seasons. Those zip ties they work awesome, and they help just have some extras on the boat with you too in case any of this stuff comes apart. You can fix it right out in the field. The other thing you probably want to have extra is this rot cord right here. And the purpose of this cord is that if you lose a trap, this cord gets eaten up by salt water. I'm not sure how long it takes, a couple days I think it is. This cord will rot from the salt water, and it'll release this hook, which then lets the door open. So the crab can get out of there. And it's a rule, it has to be used on all traps that have these doors like this. So if you lose that rot cord, you've got to go buy some more. If it gives out on you because it's old, you're just going to go need to get some more and just tie a knot in there and hook it back up. The other reason you'll see these holes here, this is so any smaller crab can escape. The smaller crab get in here. If they get out that hole, you weren't going to keep them anyways. It's below legal. Another thing I wanted to talk about is crab gauge, and it's important that you have one of these on your boat with you when you're out there crabbing. And I'm famous for this too. I think they're all keepers, but the fact of the matter is, if they don't fit inside this gauge, you can't keep them. All right, and here in Oregon, we are at the 5 3/4 gauge, which is the first one right here. So anything bigger than this opening, you can keep. If the crab's back fits inside this opening, inside this 5 3/4 inch area, he is not a keeper, and you gotta let him go.
Pretty tired. So you fold it over and then measure from there to there, and it's
the other thing is know the difference between your males and females. You can't see it on the video, but there is two different examples. One of a female, one of a male. Females, if you turn them over, you'll see they have a wider area in the triangular area in the bottom of their stomach. The males is a thin area.
Side by side, the difference between a male and a female crab. So this one here would be a male. This one over here would be a female. That's the difference.
You can see by that area right there on her.
How wide it is.
How wide it is, how narrow that is. And then you also possibly pull up some red rock crabs. They're a dark red color. You can keep those no matter what. There's no limit on them. There's no size. You can have as many red rocks as you want.
12 each.
I think that pretty much covers our setting up a new foldable trap and general ideas on how to set them up so that you can be successful crabbing. Thanks for stopping by our channel today. If you like the information you saw, please give us a like and hit the subscribe button. We got more videos coming up in the future. Thank you. Have a good day.